Pikachu, Pika, oh Pikachu, where are you going to? Oh, hello. You caught me singing to my stuffed animals again, didn't you? It's all good. It's all in fun, yo. Welcome back. Once again, it is time for the Golden Age of DC Comics 365 Days, where I take this beloved hardcover coffee table book given to me about 2 decades ago by one of my best friends. This has been surfing my coffee table ever since and has been a constant source of comic book style conversations, the kind we used to have back in ye old comic book shop and on any given Wednesday, which would be the old new release day. Indeed. And so yeah, I think you can still fairly say that Wednesday is still new comic book day. Yes, even though DC wanted to buck the system just a little bit and put out their new releases on a Tuesday. Sure. Good for you, pal. Good for you. Any geek knows that one, huh? Well, we're using this hardcover coffee table book for its intended purpose. It's a 365 days book. We're going to open up to today's date, which is November the 14th. We are going to look at some comic book art of an antediluvian age. We're going to read the blurb, and then we're going to talk about comic books. And we're going to talk about comic books every day for the rest of the year. Pull up a chair, grab a cup of your favorite, and let's get to it. This is a 2004 Abrams publication, written and curated by Chip Kidd, Les Daniels, and Geoff Spear. There is a link to its Amazon page in the description where you can get your own copy. You can play along at home. It'll look great on your coffee table, and it makes a great gift for a geek. I know. And yeah, I just love this book. I've been reading it for years, literally, on and off. It's chock full of great information. I thought it would make good content, especially for like a beginner. If you're new to comic books, this would be a great channel for you. Even if you're old to comic books, this would be a great channel for you and for anyone in between on that grand spectrum of fandom. Indeed. It's not gatekeeping. It's an accumulation of lore and stories and knowledge and gnosis and trivia and things that make, our fandom go, yes. I mean, embrace it. That's what, be a geek, and all are welcome. And yeah, that's about it. Let's do it. Let's open this book to today's date. I hope you're doing awesome. Sorry. It's art by Jerry Robinson from Batman number 27, February, March of 1945. It's the Adventures of Alfred. The world is mine oyster, said Will Shakespeare, expressing to a T the sentiments of Alfred, butler extraordinary. But even an oyster can furnish surprises. And Alfred's amazement is extreme when an unselfish shellfish presents the peril of peril. Oh boy, an unusual occasion in the life of Alfred. And the masters are visiting friends and won't be returning until late, so there's no need of my cooking. Alfred is a cook. He does, yeah. Alfred, if you saw the Batman movie, you know that Batman's favorite dish is lobster thermidor, and that's what Alfred has made for him, like every day. Like the Batman the Batman Lego movie is pretty fun. But yeah, I grew up with Alan Napier. Alan Napier was an older man in 1966 and played the British butler, Alfred, of Stately Wayne Manor in the Adam West Burt Ward 1966 TV show. I always liked his wry sense of humor and this bemused, long-suffering aspect of being involved with the Caped Crusader and the Boy Wonder, and leading this double life of intrigue and of danger. And it's really fun. I mean, if you can, check out the Batman 66 TV show. It has its moments. It's very, who cares if it's dated? It's colorful. It's campy. It's fun. It has a sense of humor. It's the opposite of today's culture of taking everything so seriously. And I mean, and it had diversity and representation and inclusion baked into it the entire time. I mean, look at Joker. Joker was Cesar Romero. He's a Latino actor. I mean, one of the Catwomen, was black as well. Just it goes on and on. Check it out yourself. Prove me wrong if I'm wrong. Say, hey, Sully, I think you're wrong. You're welcome to. You're always welcome to make comments. I love the conversations that we're having. It's really fun to tune into a live stream when it's premiering. It's not actually technically not a live stream. It's a premiere, but being part of my own live chat blows my mind. It's really fun. Michael Gough was a British character actor, and he played Alfred in the Tim Burton movies, and in actually the Burton and Schumacher movies. He was older Alfred. Jeremy Irons plays Alfred in the Zack Snyder version of it, Batman versus Superman and his Justice League. Andy Serkis, famous character actor, who was Gollum in Lord of the Rings. He was Snoke in the Star Wars sequels. Really popular, big actor. He played Alfred in the latest one, Matt Reeves' Batman, that had Pattinson play Batman. That was interesting too. I guess he was all right. It didn't suck. Ray Fiennes played the voice of Alfred in the Lego movie, the Batman Lego movie. He just really nailed it. There are also a few other live action versions of. Oh, how could I forget Michael Caine? Michael Caine is probably my favorite next to Al Napier in the TV one. But Michael Caine played Alfred in the Christopher Nolan trilogy with Christian Bale. And that was good because Alfred's changed over the years a few times. Like all these characters kind of change over the years. But Alfred goes from, kind of like a bumbling or stodgy or proper British butler who came from, the aristocracy of England and was like a trained butler in just a high society working for the Waynes. And then over time, his backstory, it's been added, he was a classically trained British butler and an ex-special operations operative of the intelligence community, and he was a spy. It was like if James Bond retired to be Batman's butler. But also Alfred as well too has medical training. He's like Batman's medic. Alfred stitches him up, cauterizes wounds, removes bullets and glass fragments, sets bones. Alfred is literally Batman and Robin's first line of first aid. That's also so. Alfred's been this really compelling character, stalwart, a foundation. He's been there almost from the beginning. His first appearance was in Batman number 16 in April of 1943. He was first known as Alfred Beagle, and then as Alfred Pennyworth. Were they the same person? Or those different people? No, they're the same person. Alfred's first appearance, he was overweight, clean-shaven. But however, when the 1943 Batman serial was released, William Austin, the actor who played Alfred, was trim and sported a thin mustache. DC editors wanted the comic Alfred to resemble his cinematic counterpart, So in Detective Comics number 83, January of 1944, you guessed it, I'm reading from the wiki. That's right. Alfred vacationed at a health resort where he slimmed down and grew a mustache. This look has remained with the character ever since, even surviving in his apparent death and resurrection. He died in 1964 and was resurrected in 1966. And currently, Alfred's dead as well in the current story of the Batman DC comic book. Alfred was killed. Yeah, murdered. Because Damian Wayne, the current Robin, messed up and forfeited Alfred's life. But also Alfred was independently wealthy, comparatively, to his salary and whatever Wayne Tech stocks he had, from his service packages between Martha and Thomas Wayne to Bruce Wayne, serving them in 2 generations, He apparently left all of his money to Nightwing, Dick Grayson. Wherein Nightwing, in true modernity, gives all the money to charity. And, I hope he kept a little for himself, pay the rent and things, you know what I mean? As a young man, maybe he can bring Starfire on a cruise or something, go away on vacation. Do a little something. Or maybe Dick has his own money through Bruce. Who cares about the financial lives of these fictional characters? But today it was about Alfred Pennyworth, or even Alfred Beagle, but yeah. Alfred Beagle will be the overweight Alfred. Okay, here it is. Jarvis, it has been assumed that his father was named Jarvis Pennyworth. The name Pennyworth was first used for Alfred in 1969. Here we go. The pre-crisis comics, the comics that were published by DC between 1938 and 1938 and 1984, established Alfred as a retired actor and intelligence agent who followed the deathbed wish of his dying father, whom he identified only as Jarvis, to carry on the tradition of serving the Wayne family. To that end, Alfred introduced himself to Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson at Wayne Manor and insisted on becoming their butler. Yeah. Pennyworth, the surname Beagle was explicitly used for Alfred starting in 1945, and on the introduction of Pennyworth, this is treated as having always been their name by retcon. Remember, this is from the wiki. So that is the post-crisis Alfred blurb. Indeed. I hope you learned a bit more about Alfred. I did. He's a great character. He's I for one, I look forward to him getting over his comic book death and coming back to the comic book, and whatever next iteration waits for us down the line. DC Comics is one for resetting the story, bringing things back to an idealized age, and after a series and years and arcs of change and progress and change and death and change, and adding to, it hits a wall, and then a new editor, a new creative team really needs to start selling books again and start selling stories again, and they return to some idealized place. And so eventually there will be another crisis. There is always a crisis going on, some kind of reboot event, and Alfred will eventually return. Indeed. And I think Batman's life is a little bit less without Alfred. Alfred's a very big character to Batman. And in the comics, he appears at different times in his life, but overall, we have the feeling that Alfred, from the movies, from the cartoons, that Alfred helped raise the orphan Bruce. and was an uncle figure or even a father figure, but it was most definitely surrogate family and definitely an impact on Bruce and an ally and an enabler. I mean, who wouldn't talk a loved one out of this weird life of going out and getting beaten up and putting yourself into dangerous situations and bringing children with you as well? Well, it's a fantasy world, and these are just super heroics or adventure tales. They're not meant to be taken that seriously. But what we can do is have a great fondness for these non-delusional parasocial relationships. And growing up Batman, I love Alfred. I really do. I want you to love Alfred too. We've been talking about comic books, and we're going to talk about comic books every day for the rest of the year. So tune in tomorrow, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern, and we'll find out who we're talking about when we turn the page tomorrow. Please like and subscribe. I would love to earn your subscription. We make daily content here. We talk about comic books every day. We make regular content, talk about cooking, talk about spirituality and purpose. And like to keep it light and fun and positive around here. You know, the world's just full of darkness. Let's be bright light. You know what I mean? And people will we can lead the way, or help show people the way to go. I don't know. Let's wrap this up. Thank you so much for tuning in today. God bless. Namaste. Good luck. And we will see you again tomorrow in those funny pages. Cheers. Bye-bye.